Next, let's meet Cathy Jennings. Cathy is the Executive Director of the Literacy Connection, a nonprofit specializing in helping people overcome illiteracy. Cathy, welcome to Discover Janesville.
Well, thanks for having me.
Here we are discovering Janesville one house at a time.
Yes. Interesting location.
Isn't it? Isn't it? And thank you much for joining us. You are involved with the Literacy Council.
Right.
Did it have a different name?
Yes, we just changed our name. We were the Janesville Literacy Council, and now we're the Literacy Connection.
But the mission of the organization has stayed the same.
Right. Same mission, same organization, same great work.
What attracted you to it?
Well, I've been there about 5 years now. The work of literacy is, very important, and I've always been in the area of nonprofit work, and I guess I feel very fortunate that I can do something that's rewarding and give back to the community.
Have you been, the program covers Rock County?
Northern Rock County.
Northern Rock County.
Right. There's actually 2 literacy councils in Rock County. State line literacies in Beloit area.
Do you have mostly volunteers that are working with you, or how is the program, how does it function?
Yes, we are a volunteer organization by the true sense. We just have 2 staff people in our office, and all the direct service that's given is by volunteers. So we have about 60 tutors that are tutoring right now, and we're teaching about 120 students right now. So.
Have you experienced an increase in number of volunteers lately, or?
We definitely have experienced more people coming in for service. We're still working on the volunteer end of things. We always have a demand for our service that we struggle to meet, so we always need more volunteers. So.
What kind of things do volunteers do?
Well, they teach our students. They work one-on-one with our students, or sometimes tutors will have 2 or 3 students. So we like them to meet with our students at least twice a week, and they'll tutor for an hour to an hour and a half each session.
And this is mostly teaching people to read. Right,
to read and write. And we also work with immigrants, so it might be to speak in English also. So it's a challenge. Yeah.
Well, as somebody who started out speaking Russian, I can.
Yes.
English
yes.
is very important to be able to speak it well.
That's right. Absolutely. Literacy is all about having adequate skills to be able to function in society, and that's what literacy means. And so the people that we have, a lot of them are at the lowest levels of literacy and really struggle to function in society as far as getting jobs and so forth. So.
Well, we so often talk about the disadvantage that a person that didn't continue their education after high school, and here we're looking at even a harsher situation of somebody who is at a real disadvantage because they can't read or write.
Absolutely, it's a real struggle, and especially now we're seeing people that maybe have lost jobs and are going back to get more training or more schooling, and they're really struggling, to get through that. And even though they might be looking for a skill that doesn't necessarily require reading when they get on the job, they still have to get through the training and the schooling, so it's very difficult for them.
Where do you find your clients for the most part?
We haven't had to work at that too hard. I think word of mouth has been our biggest source. As I mentioned, we have more demand than we have tutors that can meet the demand. So, I'd say word of mouth is probably the biggest. But we do have collaborators in the community. The library helps us get the word out. Job Center, Black Hawk Tech, all make referrals for us.
Is there a phone number or a website that people should know if they want to get in touch with you?
Sure. They can give us a call at 756-3125. We have a website. It's www.janesvilleliteracycouncil.org, but it is soon to change with our new name, so hopefully you'll get directed to that when we make the change.
I would certainly hope so.
Yes,
Otherwise,
yes.
where's the reward for typing all this long
yes,
address and then you go nowhere?
That's right.
That's excellent. And you have 120 people that are participating in the program.
Right.
You have 60 volunteers, so each volunteer only works with 2 people, so you don't
Yes.
tax the volunteers too hard, I would imagine.
Right. It's a big commitment to take on a student, but I know for our tutors it's very rewarding. We have tutors that have been with us for 20 and 30 years, so I think once we get them in the door, we've got them hooked. So that's a good thing. They find it very rewarding. So.
How long do people usually stay in the program?
You know, it varies a lot from student to student. Students come in at all different levels. Even for our immigrants, you know, it might depend if they had an education in their first language, which a lot of them never had an education in their first language, so it makes it very difficult to pick up a second language. So they're usually, I think our average is like a year and a half, but we have students that have been in it for much longer as well.
Okay. Yep. The student, so most of you, what? Okay.
Go ahead.
So most people in the program stay in the program for a year and a half.
Right.
But it.
So I have one thing. Go ahead.
Thank you. So the people stay in the program for about a year and a half, but does it really take that long to become literate?
Yes, you know, it depends on what their goals are when they come into the program. A lot of students have a lot of different goals, if it's just, you know, accent reduction, but I would say the majority of our students are at lower literacy levels, so it takes a while for them to get through the program and achieve their goals.
What kind of information would you want to get out there to people that are maybe looking at this and thinking of maybe somebody they have in mind that could use your services, or maybe they want to help out? What kind of information should they have?
Okay. You know, when I'm out in the community, I'm always amazed at how many people know somebody that can't read or write very well, but they're afraid to come in. And I guess I would tell them to, you know, take them by the hand, bring them in personally, you know, and we can get them started. I think the beauty of our program is that it is non-threatening. It's not a school or an institution.
You don't look very threatening.
I'm not. I'm just not very threatening. So, you know, we'll take them under our wing and take good care of them and just encourage them to come in. We'd love to help them.
Well, great. Cathy, thank you so much. Best of luck to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for helping us get the word out.
Absolutely.